Well, hello my friends, and welcome back to the bench. Today we're going to be going over a method of spraying acrylics. I'm not the biggest fan of acrylics. I'm a fan of solvent-based paints, but I love paint in general, so I pretty much have them all. And it's an extra step or two to get good results from acrylics. I've gone over it a few times on my channel, and I've gotten them down pretty well. But I met someone recently at a hobby shop in New England, Massachusetts, and he had a couple of his kits and some pictures, and I was pretty impressed. And when he named what he used on them, I think, you know, he mentioned the Vallejo and I think AK and Ammo. He mentioned them all. It was all acrylics. And I said, how do you get the great results? And he told me, I've used this technique once, but because I don't use acrylics too often, I've actually forgotten about the technique. It's not that drastic. It's just a different method of thinning them using the same material. Anyway, I'm going to teach you that right now. And we're going to spray these three too to show you the results. And I think you'll like this. Bit of a hack, bit of a tip. Call it what you may. It's going to be good. Anyway, please, if you haven't already, I'm going to add this to the beginning. Subscribe to the channel. I'm going to start asking for the subscriptions at the beginning. We're trying to get these subscriptions up. We're getting there, almost at 80,000. You guys are awesome. So please subscribe if you haven't already. I put up 1 to 2 videos a week. We're trying to be productive here and be great for the community. If we can go even deeper into different topics, but that's what we're aiming for. And also like the video and do that too. Hit the notification bell below after you subscribe, because I do put up 1 to 2 videos a week, so you guys know when a new video goes up. Always trying every product out there we can, showing you what's new, and give you a few tips along the way. Anyway, here it is, the basic, simple hack, if you want to call it that. All right, I got our cups, we got our 3 brands here, and here is the hack. We're going to be using primarily Flow Improver as the thinner to all of these brands. For this, I'm going to use these 3, AK, Ammo, Vallejo. And the Flow Improver is made by Vallejo. There's also another generic brand out there. I use that. That's on Amazon. I'll put a link below for that one too. That will work too. But this one is a really good performing Flow Improver. It's awesome. This is their thinner. Now, I went ahead and I'm showing you the proportions, because this is the proportions. This is thicker than the thinner. So you can see the thickness there. It's almost as thick as the paint. Whereas this is like water. See it? So what we're going to do is we're going to primarily do all the thinning with this, but it's not going to be super thin. Then we're going to add the few drops of thinner. We're going to go in reverse. Instead of a few drops of Flow Improver, we're going to put a few drops of thinner, if it calls for it. Some of your paints might be thin enough, well, all you need is the Flow Improver. Overall, it's going to be the Flow Improver that's going to be the thinner. Now, I have a thinner. I mean, you see my collection. I have a thinner for every brand. That's why I got them matched up. Here's Ammo's thinner. Here is AK's. Now, AK's has a flame logo on it, so it's got isopropyl alcohol, so you don't want to use that with Vallejo. Never use alcohol or alcohol-based thinners with Vallejo. It'll gum it up. But that will work across the board with other paints, just not Vallejo. Just remember that rule. Now, we can eliminate all that by going with a universal thinner or even distilled water. At this point, you're not going to be using a lot of thinner. You're going to go the opposite, as you see by the bottles. Big bottle of Flow Improver, or tiny, or maybe you can even get 1 bottle each of the small ones for the rest of the thinners. I also recommend Ultimate Airbrush Thinner from Ultimate Modeling Products. This is great stuff. It's finally sold here in America, and it's also available in the UK, where I ordered this from. It actually ended up getting here pretty quick, in like a week. Wonderful company. Even though it's got a flame logo, this seems to work with the Vallejo, and it doesn't have that smell. Let me try. It does have that alcohol smell, but for some reason, this one works. Now, let me show you the chart they gave me. I got a little spill here. It comes with a chart when you order it, and it's also on the website. So Let me grab that and show you guys. All right, here I am. Here's the chart that comes with it. And I cut it out and laminated it so I can have it on this cardboard. I've had this a while. I actually posted a picture of it so you guys could print it out. But this chart is just for their thinner. But you can see all the brands it's got listed. And I put a little dot next to the ones that I tested it with. And but here it is. Vallejo Game color all the way up. If it's the air, not as much because it's thin for air already. Vallejo model color, you know. So the game color is the same as the Mecha color. It's just Mecha colors. It's the same formula. So with that, we can thin it in that ratio. And that's showing you a ratio. How much you need per paint, percentage of thinner. So that's it. So AK is at the top. AK Interactive, not much here. All right, ammo. Where is MIG? MIG ammo, same thing. And Model Air, not much, but a lot more for the game color. So we're going to use a bit more for that. Anyway, also Aztec Model Masters, which is, believe it or not, this is still being sold by Rust-Oleum. So I do recommend this. This will also work. And like I said, distilled water will work with this trick because you're going to be using majority will be the flow improver. So anyway, ahead with the test. We're going to spray each one on a spoon that I primered with 500 gray primer. This is from Mr. Surfacer. Yeah, it's kind of rough. You can hear it. And 500 means it's got that density to it. When the 1500 is much smoother. But I like a heavy primer when I use acrylics. Clings to it good. Even on the Vallejo website, it says be sure to spray over primer. And I always recommend primer with acrylics. So I went ahead and, hold on, I'll show you what we did here. Matter of fact, I'll use my 4E's paint mixer because I can pick it up quicker and easier here. And we're just going to mix them up quick. That's rapid fire spinning, but on the camera, as I always mention, it looks like it's barely moving. All right, this is silver from Ammo. This is their metal line. This has a mixing ball inside it. You can probably hear it. That's mixed up. And AK, this is their 3rd gen. When I first got these, I opened up the bottle and put a drop in the top. That's what it's there for. So you can see what the color looks like. This is a nice metallic emerald green. Look at that. So let's go ahead and mix that up. Flip her over. If I can remember, I'll show you guys the case I put these things in. I showed it already on the community section. A lot of guys don't end up seeing that. So I'm going to make sure I got a bigger audience. I can show you the new cases I got for those. All right, let's get this out of the way. This is my 4E's mixer. And I'll put a link to that. You just push it. When it lights up green, it's running. It comes with a spare top in case this one wears out. On off on the bottom. It's always on. Rechargeable port. Once it's plugged in, you can recharge your phone or whatnot using this, which is pretty nice. Let me get that out of the way. All right. All right, here's what we're going to do. Now, I picked this because this is pretty thick. So you guys can see what I'm going to do here. All right, see that? Let's put each one in. Keep a paper towel on me because hands are going to start getting a little bit of paint on them. All right, number 2, let's go with the ammo. I did the same with the ammo. See it? I put a dab on there. The silver. Now this is much thinner. Look at that, much thinner than the Vallejo. So we don't have to thin that one as much. You probably only need the flow improver with that. Whereas this is much thicker. All right, let's see the thickness of the AK. Oh boy, this is really thick. This is on level with the, look at that. It's on level with the, even thicker than the Vallejo. Watch, I'm going to flip it over. Watch it. Look at that. Wow. So this one's going to have to be thin for sure. And, all right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put, I don't know how much I'm going to put now. We're going to put quite a bit, like we're thinning it out. And it's not going to look thin because it's also thick when it's going in with the other thick paint like this one. But we're going to put a lot of this. All right, we're going to double it up. We're going to go 50-50. I mean, depends how much you guys are painting. Now, see, it's still quite thick. That probably will have trouble getting through an airbrush. All right, let's mix up the AK. Very thick. It got a little bit thinner. See it? We want it to flow a little more than that. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to add the thinners to them. With Vallejo, I recommend using their own, but we can use this too because it showed we could, but I got this here, so we're just going to put a few drops in. That's it. We're going to reverse it. That's usually how much I would put in for flow improver. So with this, let's go ahead with theirs. We'll use all these different thinners. Don't need much for the AK. And the Aztec, let's use that. I'm using the universal ones so you guys can... because we know their brands are going to work with their brand, you know. So now, here we go. Now we've thinned it up. We got that just about skim milk. You got to thin it up like milk. See it? There we go. We're reversing the technique. We're going to thin the paint as you normally would with the ratio using the flow improver. And then when it says put a few drops of flow improver, we're going to go in the reverse. We're going to put the thinner in as the few drops. All right, let's go with this one. Wow, this one could even be thinned up some more. Look at that, guys. That is thick. I didn't realize the Mecha paint line was that thick. Wow. That's something. We should thin it up some more. When I mix it, I use this thinner. I better stick with theirs. All right, I'm going to put a little bit more of that thinner. All right. Yeah, don't forget, you can also use distilled water. Distilled water. Don't use water from the faucet. That's even cheaper. That's 99 cents or $1.99 for a gallon. So you want to keep that on hand too, because the majority of the chemicals going in is going to be the flow improver. All right, there we go. There are 3. All right, majority flow improver, just a few drops or so of the thinner, and that's it. I'm going to put it through a 0.3 millimeter needle, and I usually recommend going to the biggest needle you have. I know the average out there is a 3. I recommend a 5, but a 3 is good if we get the thinning down just right. The flow improver is going to help with the density of this, and you'll see in a minute as we spray these out. We're going to spray all 3 of these. I'll show you the results. Let's head over to the paste spray booth over here to my left, and let's show you the great results we're going to get here. All right, guys, first up, we'll start off with the Vallejo Mecha color. What is this? Oh, right there, orange. All right, I have loaded up the brush. We're going to use my Grex here for this. This is a 0.3. Yeah, let's go. Okay, we're going to use my technique of misting on a coat. My technique as far as acrylics go. And then I'll show you, because nothing's coming out, we're going to just air dry it. You probably, because you're constantly holding down the trigger, you're going to have the compressor come on and off more often than not. All right, we're going to go again with another layer. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to air it again with just air. I do that to show there's no paint. Here we go. All right, we're good. Another layer. Going in for the kill, as we say. Look at that. It's not running. It's perfect. Look at that. All right, we'll let this dry. This is actually matte. Almost acrylics dried matte. All right, let me clean out the brush. We're going to use my hot water. Here, let me show you the hot water technique. Hold on, let me pause the camera. When cleaning out acrylics, I like to use this hot water technique. Get hot water. It's not as hot now. I filled this up a while ago. I use one of my travel mugs. It gets super hot water. I usually brew it out of my coffee maker. And then we're going to blast this out. Right, trying to keep everything nice and neat for the camera. All right, we can back flush. All right, let me dump that out. Gonna rub it. Now, look at the hot water. It's already done. The hot water is awesome, awesome hack. Now we're going with any airbrush cleaner. I have one for every brand. This is Media by Iwata. This is theirs. So we're going to back flush again with airbrush cleaner. Cover the top so you don't get splashed. All right, dump her out. We are good to go for the next color. Look at that. Even the front, we are clear. All right, let me grab the other colors and show you how good they go on. All right, next up is Ammo's. What is this? Metal, silver, just silver. I've loaded up. You can see it right there. With a spoon, same technique. All right, I'm gonna dry it off with just some air. There we go. Hard to see the silver going on over the gray, but you can kind of see it. I'll show you at the bench. And that's it. Look, it's not running. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Wow, look at that. All right, let me clean this out. We'll do the third one, and I'll show you the results. All right, last one will be AK Metallic Colors. This is AK's 3rd gen. What is this? I think it's supposed to be emerald, but it's Emerald Metallic Green. Here we go. Beautiful color. If it ends up looking like that. I'm a sucker for some of these mint type greens, man. Alright, I'm going to stop on this first layer and go ahead with the air drying it. I'm just blasting air. You can see that in real life and in person that it's drying. You can see where the glistening of the shine of the wetness of the paint disappears. That means we've dried it off. Like I said, most of these acrylics are flat or matte. Right, we are good. I like to do it 3 times. The third being the final layer. I'm going to go ahead and again and dry it off. No paint's coming out. Alright, that looks pretty good. Seems like a long process, but it's not. It goes by pretty quick. These they might look rough, but these paints straight dry really good, particularly the metallics. It seems splotchy, but it ends up drying beautifully. This came out great. Great color. All right, that's it. Look how nice and even. These went on almost as if I was spraying a lacquer. And it's because of that technique of using the majority of flow improver and then thinning it slightly after that with the thinner. Anyway, let's let these dry. I'll meet you back at the bench. We'll go over the results. All right, guys, here we are at the bench with the awesome results. Check this out. Look at this. Beautiful, smooth, durable. This is the Vallejo. What was this? Mecha Orange. Here is the silver from Ammo. It looks rough, but it's actually not. It's just matte. Really nice. And this is the Emerald Green from AK. What a beautiful color that is. Smooth, it laid down, it dried beautifully. I used to just thin these and it used to come out like, water and oil and beating up. It took that long, slow technique, but this technique of using the majority flow improver and then thinning it slightly with the thinners brings us this result. So I wanted to show you that it worked with each brand, and that's why I dug these 3 out, and then I showed you can use most of these thinners for that. You can use their flow improver. If you see flow improver, I found this. Sorry guys, hit the camera. So I found this at one of the craft stores, and I grabbed it because even though it says $8.99 here, and these are like 10 to 12, 15 bucks. Anyway, this will last a long time. These big bottles. Check this out. It was on sale for $2. I couldn't pass it up. But I tried it with this too, and it worked. And so if you get a flow improver, that's what you want. But I personally have tested most of this using this. I would use this brand flow improver for sure, which is Vallejo's. It's been proven for me. But like I said, at that point you can get a small bottle of each of the thinners, and it'll last you a long time because you're not going to put as much as that. You're going to put the majority flow improver. And there you go. I think you're going to get great results using this technique. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys have tried it below, if you have any questions, answer below. Here is my case. I told you guys I would show you my case. It's heavy and awkward. See it? Check this out. Let's pull back the camera here. Here we go. Trying to fit it on the desk. All right. Here's the openings. Let's get the spoons out of the way. Check that out. Now, it's a little on the flimsy side, but 20 bucks. It's got the job done, whatever it costs. Look at that. 72 or 77 bottles it holds. And, I mean, I can see the colors here because I did that technique. But on these, there's my green stuff world. I was a little worried that I couldn't see what I was seeing. And I ended up, when I put it on the shelf, check this out. I could see the colors from the bottom. And so now if I store them up against, I can just flip it over and see what I'm looking for quicker. You know, I can see this is gold right here, you know. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I'll put a link up for these two. These are pretty good. I'm trying to make room in this corner. I got a brand new, just arrived yesterday. Let me show you. A new stand, another one from Typhoon. Oh, there it is. Typhoon. These hold my Tamiya or Tamiya racks. Okay, Typhoon. That's going right there. So I'm going to fill in all the way across here. Check that out. You see my Xbox game here. Look at that. You know what that's worth? It's a $400 game. That's why I dug it out. Somebody wants it. Yeah, so I'm rearranging the place. Going off a little bit of a tangent. Look, all my Gaia. I got a bunch more Gaia coming in. So all the Gaia is going to go over there. I'll show you the room once I get it updated. And I'll give you a little bit of a tour then. Anyway, that is it, guys. Let's get this out of the way so we can say goodbye. There we go. Anyway, there you go, guys. Used my technique. Or I should say, that guy, I wish I knew his name. His technique. But I did use this about a year or two ago. I did try this. I was recommended by somebody else. And I forgot all about it. But coming up soon will be a chrome test. SNP. Outlaw. Hold on. I got to reach for the other two guys. Hold on. Pro Scale Chrome. And Mr. Paint from Slovakia Chrome. So we're going to do that. I think I'm going to do all four in one video. I just primed the spoons with my 2K black. Look at that. Now that's glossy. Actually, hold on. I sprayed a bunch of spoons with Mr. Hobby, Mr. Color Black. I said, that looks pretty good. Then I'm doing a test behind the scenes for a Patreon member. And he wants to see my 2K black with something on top of it. So I'm doing that. I realized the shine on the 2K black just blows away anything I've tested. Here, this is the Mister. I mean, you can see it's fuzzy in the reflection. Look at the reflection on the top of that. Look at the difference. So I went ahead and, I sprayed a boatload of spoons with my 2K black. And I think I got it handy. Here it is. When I say 2K black, there it is. 2K gloss black. It's a urethane. And look at the difference. Look at that. So, anyway, I just got through doing that, and it stuck in my head. I wanted to show you guys that. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget, leave a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And subscribe to my Patreon channel. That's where I do answer your questions directly. I'll text you back and forth. And if you need something demoed on film like this, I'll make a video for you. I just did one for somebody for a bunch of color shifts and whatnot from Moto Paints. And we just did that. That all is on. That's all on the Patreon channel. Anyway, guys, you guys are the best. Thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your week. I'm going to come back very soon, actually, with that chrome test. And then even another, we might have 3 videos this week, guys. And we're cranking them out. We're being productive. And, I'll put a link up for the Grex airbrush. And everything else here, I'll try and put links up for you guys. So, and the cases, that case that holds the paint. I'll show that too. Anyway, guys, have a great rest of your week. We'll see you in the next video. God bless you all. Have a great day.